Neymar season is all but over, and bring on the Messi-Mbappe duo with Vitinha and Mendes on the wing. PSG winning the Champions League, 118 goals in Neymar's PSG career. In the Gematria, it is Messi Mbappe that has Gematria of 118. Messi and Mbappe, the two strikers up front. It's the Messi Mbappe show. It's the Vitinha Mendes get the ball to Messi and Mbappe in the Champions League is theirs. March the 6th, a day of 3-6, we hear about the news. Argentina won the World Cup for the first time in 36 years. That's what stands out about the third month and the sixth day. March the 6th is the 65th day of the year, which is interesting because it is Messi that's Gematria 65, it's Bayern that's Gematria 65, PSG have to beat Bayern, and in the calculator, in French Gematria, it is Istanbul, Turkey that has Gematria 65. That is the site of the final in French Gematria, and today is the 65th day of the year. Do you have hope? Do you have faith in Messi, in King Mbappe? Hope, faith, Istanbul, Mbappe, God, Messi's 26th World Cup match. Remember, hope and faith, pillars of Catholicism. When we talk about the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus, the Masonic Catholics, that organization was founded over at Paris, France. So it adds a dimension to the script that's coming up for this season. The city of Istanbul, Turkey is Gematria of the 1993 Champions League final. And notice when we include the end day from today to the final is 97 days. The city of Istanbul, La Ville de Istanbul, Turkey, is Gematria of 97. Win without Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe will do to win the UEFA Champions League, to work some Messi magic. Messi and Mbappe, Messi winning the Ballon d'Or, Messi winning the Champions League without Neymar suiting up. Not having any luck playing in the Champions League, this is going to be part of the World Cup narrative for 2026 as well for Neymar. When he wins the World Cup with Brazil, he misses out on the Champions League. Will Neymar ever win the big one? That's something to keep an eye out for as we break down the subsequent future years as well. So let's go over to Lionel Messi and his knockout record. You know, in his career, 37 wins. Already Messi is 0-1 after the first leg. It's gonna be 1-1 right here after the first leg, which means that Messi is gonna win for the 38th time in the Champions League over at Bayern, over at the country of Germany. Messi's 28th knockout tie, his 28th knockout victory for PSG's 28th win of the season, his 38th knockout win in the Champions League over at Germany. Germany is Gematria 38 with the help of some Portuguese stars we have talked about in the midfield. Portugal is Gematria 38. This is what we have to keep an eye out for. It's FC Bayern that has Gematria 38. It is all set up for Messiah to win at Bayern, leading PSG into the quarterfinals. In the 29th knockout tie right after Bayern, going for knockout win number 29 after beating Bayern, because it's Bayern that's Gematria of 29. So big stuff coming up. Argentina won their 18th World Cup participation on the 18th day. Neymar, his season ends with 18 goals and 29 appearances, 29 seasons without winning the Champions League. He has played in 173 PSG games, which brings us to the Gematria of the Olympia Stadion of the 1993 final. So the Olympia Stadion was where Liga last won the Champions League. And Gematria, notice that Olympia Stadion is Gematria of today being the 65th day of the year. Neymar's played 173 matches with PSG. Now, remember what I've just entered in the calculator a second later. I'm going to copy it all together. March the 6th is the 65th day of the year. Istanbul, Turkey's Gematria 65. Bayern's Gematria 65. Messi is Gematria of 65. Messi magic prevails. Even without Neymar, PSG will have to do it without Neymar. Now, the 6th day of the 3rd month is 6-3. What's 6-3? Well, the last dance for Messi with PSG in the Champions League is happening this year. Michael Jordan born in year 63. It is Paris that has Gematria 63. The 6th day, the 3rd month, Messi will have to be Michael Jordan to win in the knockouts. In Gematria, it is Michael Jeffrey Jordan that has Gematria of 188 and 98. 98's Gematria of Istanbul. I did talk about the Air Jordan sponsor. Is going to be a big thing to look out for when we break down the so-called future GOAT and the de facto GOAT, Lionel Messi. It is going to be 18 goals and 8 allowed in the knockouts when PSG end up winning the tie. That's what's going to happen right here. Greatest of all time, Lionel Messi, right here. We could also do the date duration from today's day of March the 6th to Lionel Messi's next birthday. Now, the 3 months and 5 days gives us the Gematria of Turkey, the country of Turkey in Messi's native language. Well, Turkey is French Gematria, but Turquía in Spanish is Gematria 35. And of course, Messi just won a Winter World Cup, and his next major trophy will be his 5th Champions League title, 3 months and 5 days from today's day. And of course, you know about Messi's appearances. Remember the meaning of his 30th goal coming up today. It's still gonna happen. He's still gonna score his 30th goal as a PSG player away, and you know it's looking like 2-0 for Bayern in the second leg, because it's gonna line up with Messi's Gematria of 20. And remember, the World Cup final was at Lusail. Lusail's Gematria 20. PSG would end up winning the tie 2-1. The 18th goal of the campaign. PSG advanced. Messi won the World Cup on the 18th day. So March the 6th adds a lot of meaning to this. We can break down Messi and Mbappe's total combined goal contribution for the season. For their PSG careers altogether, because it is going to provide a lot of meaning for what will transpire down the line. 30 appearances, 30 goals. Kylian Mbappe, 30 years. France last won the UEFA Champions League. Lionel Messi and Mbappe with... Well, for Messi, it's 29 goals with PSG. Mbappe is at 69. So Messi and Mbappe have scored 98 combined goals together before the second leg. I think each are due to score a goal. 98 combined goals for the two players since Messi joined PSG. Istanbul is Gematria of 98, and then goal 99 and goal 100 gives us the Gematria of Turkey and English Gematria for the 28th win. So that's exactly what's going to happen for Mbappe and Messi right here without Neymar. And when we go back to Neymar and his goal contribution, his appearance and goal contribution this year, Messi, or rather Neymar, I should say. Remember, 18 goals for the season for him. 6 goals, 2 allowed in Europe. 62 is Gematria Diego Maradona. Messi's going to replicate Diego Maradona. It doesn't matter if there's no super trio up front. They're going to do something spectacular. 41 appearances in Europe for Neymar. King Messi. King Gematria 41. Or King from Mbappe. It doesn't matter which player we're talking about. The fact is the two kings, so to speak, with Messi, the ultimate king, are going to lead PSG to victory. And Vitinha is the key. He is. And Mendes is going to be just fine. So there are the other players to go around, to go about. They'll be in a very good position. Set to miss the rest of the year with the ankle injury. Ankle is Gematria 43. It doesn't matter if he's out with the ankle injury. Ankle is Gematria 43, but remember, Bali, in case if you haven't heard before, he scored in the 43rd minute of the 1993 final. Bali, that was his. It was scored in the 43rd minute. Neymar's out with the ankle, but the goal is here to deliver. And Messi wins his first Champions League, obviously, since he was a Barcelona player. So let's see what Disney has given us information-wise. He was stretched off during the team's 4-3 win over Lille. Ankle is Gematria 43. Lille is Gematria 23. Same Gematria as King, having Gematria 41 and 23. And same Gematria as the initials of Michael Jordan and Messi's 5th Champions League title. So the Lille game was the free kick game, if I'm not mistaken. He's undergoing surgery at Doha, Qatar. So his season is over. Doha, Qatar is Gematria 85. Messi obviously won the World Cup over there. PSG is owned by Qatar. Messi is Gematria 22. Doha, Qatar, Messi. It's Doha that has Gematria. Turkey is getting surgery over at the Doha. Messi wins at Lusail, Doha, whatever you want to call it. And then he's obviously gonna win the final at Turkey. Turkey and Doha both have same Gematria 28. You know, they have an 8-point lead over second place, Marseille. You know, Marseille's in second place. They're down 8 points. That's your 28 to note, with Messi's 28th knockout victory of his career for PSG's 28th win of the season at Bayern. And, of course, to break down March the 8th, if today's the 65th day of the year, that is the 67th day of the year. Lionel and Maradona have Gematria of 67. So Lionel is going to show his own version of Diego Maradona. They say, oh, Messi can only score by penalty. He got a lot of gifts right before Christmas. Well, I've got news. It didn't just come down to penalties for Lionel Messi. I'm sure that's the narrative you all want to speak of, but the fact is that narrative will no longer exist when we get to that point. And I think Messi's 41st knockout victory, I think, is going to occur to win the final as the king. If you wanted to ask what his 41st knockout victory is about, I mean, they're going to get a win and obviously a draw or a result. That's going to be the case right there. His 31st knockout victory in the final, 4-1. Sorry. I still do like Real Madrid. Mendes is the key. I gotta check up what's going on with that walkie-talkie, guys. Anyway. Okay, sorry about the walkie-talkie, everybody. I will see why it's beating. I think it's fully charged. So disregard previous what you were just listening to. Obviously, 2023 is 7 3 and 10, and 8 is 18. Well, on 18-day numerology, PSG are going to score their 18th Champions League goal to advance to the next round. That is what March the 8th is all about. And the amount of time from March the 8th to the Champions League final, 3 months, 2 days, 94 days. Messi 9-4 knockout record. We correctly predicted that for the World Cup. Following on the birthday of Pope Francis Bergoglio. Roman Catholic Church is Gematria of 94. Remember, it's the Jesuits that rig and script the world of professional sports. Roman Catholic Church is Gematria 94. It is also Marseille that has Gematria of 94 and 40. This Gematria of Marseille of 94 and 40, well, Messi number 10, Mbappe number 10, Messi number, well, actually, Mbappe's number 7, Messi is number 30. So their numbers will add up to 37. Campeones is Gematria 37. We're talking about Messi's native language of Spanish, champions. And I still like Real Madrid Club de Football in the World Cup, in the UEFA Champions League final. So 94 days later, Ligue 1, their next title, since Marseille happening 3 months, 2 days after the win over at Munich. Munich is Gematria 32. Messi's the greatest is 32. It's Leo, that's Gematria 32. There's no doubt we're going to see something special with Messi right here this year in this knockout competition away in the 8th match away at Munich. Messi is going to work his magic without Neymar. And if there was any tension between Neymar and Mbappe, well, it took an ankle injury to put that to rest. So goal 30 and goal 31. I kind of explained this sequence. I'm just going to put the video at the end, but I do want to make a note with the 7 wins in 8 matches this year. It's worth noting that the amount of time from the World Cup final, December 18, to the day of the Neymar news is a day duration of 78 days. So 7 wins in 8 matches in the Champions League for Bayern Munich this year. Lionel Messi to score a second goal. I think Mbappe scores the first one. Bayern Munich goal differential 15. I think I've said that in the first video. I'm going to link the first video from a day or two ago right there at the end. PSG, Gematria 15. Mendes is a key performer for PSG. Nuno Mendes, a key performer, is absolutely key assisting the goals. Diego Maradona 62 is 26th match of the season coming up. Remember what we said about 26. In the Gematria calculator, Istanbul is Gematria 26. Hope and faith, what we've talked about, is Gematria 26. That's what his 26 matches going to be all about right there for Nuno Mendes. He's gonna do something special right here in his 26th match of the season. He, assisting all that, going down the flank. He's a big time performer, and he will absolutely step up for the Parisians. Nuno Mendes, Gematria of ankle, Gematria the 43rd minute goal in the 1993 Champions League final. That's what we see right here for Nuno Mendes. Wonder what his full name in Gematria equals. Well, Bernardo Sporting not going to win, but this guy who plays for Sporting is going to win. Sporting's Gematria of Neymar's 118 goals he scored with PSG. Sporting CP, Gematria of Messi, Mbappe duo. So or Messi and Mbappe. That's the right one. Anyway, I have to find out what 56 is really all about in regards to all of this. Should be very interesting to break down the rest of this. I do want to see when he did sign with the club. August 31st. August 31st, he came in. And he came in against Club Brugge. August 31st, he joined the club. So let's find out just the amount of time from him joining PSG on the August 31st to the day that he will have to square off against Bayern. So it's 27 weeks, 6 months and 8 days. 6 months and 8 days. His championship is Gematria of Munich. Football Club Barcelona is Gematria 68. This is the 68 Champions League. He's going to be a big-time performer. Now, what about Vitinha? He came over from Porto. Porto and Wolves. He was a loanee. I remember that Porto is Gematria of 30, Ligue 1 winning 30 years later. FC Porto is a Gematria of Turkey in French. Turkey is Gematria 39, so I do find these references very interesting when we really like to break it down. Of course, Vitinha is Gematria of Messi's 38th win over at Munich. Vitinha, Munich, or Germany, I should say. FC Bayern, Gematria 38. So I think he joined at around the same time with PSG. So he actually joined them on the 30th day. If you're curious about him joining the club on June the 30th to the day of the second leg. That'd be 36 weeks, almost like Messi winning the World Cup for the first time in 36 years for Argentina. So it's going to be a very, very good one. Should be very interesting.